Hello there, it's only a quick video, so you don't need to grab a coffee. Yes, 7 reasons why not to like Lloyd Evans. Those 7 reasons are obviously Kim Brooks, Mikey Brooks, Kim Silvio, Jonathan Berger, Joel Marks, Mark Latham and Cora Latham. Because I kid you not, there was a video on last night, a live stream. I never got to watch it as it went out because unfortunately, as I've explained before, that my son is going over to America and we may not see him for a couple of years because he may travel after that. We booked in a family night to watch Dances with Wolves, which he's never seen before, and it's a very, very long film. It's 3 hours, so I don't think I could have said to the family, "Oh, by the way, can we put that one on hold so we can watch a live stream of the Magnificent Seven on the Vast Apostate Hour video channel?" And so I started watching it after it finished, and around about 1 o'clock I was getting there. I thought I can't last any longer. It was like 2.5 hours long. And I continued to watch it this morning at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock this morning to follow up before I go out and do a bit of gardening for some paying customers. Anyway, I'm just going to put a link in the description for anybody who's not seen it yet. I think everybody should watch it. This is, I think, the first time the Magnificent Seven have been together to discuss the latest events in the crazy world of Lloyd Evans. So it's entitled Between the Lines with the Magnificent Seven Live. So I'm going to put a little link to that in the description for everybody to watch if you haven't watched it. And obviously you can stagger over it. I would have liked to have been able to comment during the actual live stream, but if anybody's watching it next time, guys, give me a heads up on this one so I can arrange to watch along with everybody else. But a few of the interesting things that came out is when you actually listen to these people actually talking, you actually realise that these are people who genuinely do care about ex-Jehovah's Witnesses and actually have done things that they're not told anybody else about, have actually done things to practically help other people, where, as we know, all that Lloyd Evans done is just take the money and spent it on himself. And when people have asked for practical assistance, he's actually just said, you know, I even financial assistance. He's not there because he's not there for them at all. And even a long time ago, the guitarist in my band, Always the Way, this is going back a few years when I first started to listen to Lloyd. He actually said to me, "Lloyd, is he the big guy with the beard in the hair?" Says I, and he went, "I can't stand him." And it wasn't because of obviously what we now know. It's just going back a number of years. It was purely because he realised it was all about the whole thing was about him, about Lloyd Evans. I think of all the things that I watched in that 2.5 hours, and some of it is really, really interesting. And there's a lot of a backstory which I didn't know because, of course, I'd only particularly watched the videos of Lloyd Evans, which of course I'll never do again in my life. And so it's interesting to hear the backstory of the other people, of Joel and Mark and Cora and Kim and Mike, and see their relationship maybe started off with him okay and then went tits up. The thing that Cora said, and I'm struggling why Cora's one of the Magnificent Seven, because, you know, as far as I'm aware, Mark did a couple of videos, I think 2 videos, and I've done maybe about 22 videos, and Cora didn't do any videos, and yet she's down. So I think all she's done is retweet what other people have said, but it isn't her original content. So I think, Lloyd, if you're listening, I think you're going to lose that one on Cora. But anyway, Cora came up with a couple of things which I thought were the things that stood out with me the most. I'll probably start to remember during the day the things that happened up to 1 o'clock, but which I've probably forgotten about. But anyway, the 2 things that stood out for me that Cora said was, and also Mark said, that the fan base, well, the cult base that Lloyd Evans had. Well, apparently Mark and Cora actually went to number 10 Downing Street I don't know, there's a petition, I don't know what it was, and obviously maybe they can advise what it was. Obviously in relation, I believe, to Jehovah's Witnesses. They said, imagine what could have been done if Lloyd Evans had actually used his massive cultish fan base to organise something that meant something. Imagine if he did that. Imagine if he just said it right. You know, it might have been whatever it was, whether it was shunning the blood issue or CSA, and actually done something to try to achieve something. Imagine if he'd done that by getting a lot of people to turn up, like maybe hundreds, maybe thousands of people, and for them to protest outside somebody important's office or outside a Kingdom Hall, for instance, and actually make the news and make an impact. He could have done that time and time and time again, and he didn't do that. You have to ask yourself why. And the other thing that Cora said, which I thought was very, very interesting, I never thought about this point before, and now also I'm going, yeah, that makes sense. It's this point that Lloyd doesn't want the watchtower to fall. He wants this to go on and on, because if the watchtower falls tomorrow, what's he going to do for a job? Because his whole income is derived against talking about the witnesses. So maybe that's why he doesn't want to put himself, do as much as he really could do in the position that he was in. He's no longer in that position anymore. But in the position that he was in, imagine what he could have done with the influence that he had in trying to bring down the watchtower. Instead, he was just doing stupid stunts like rowing out on the lake in Warwick and ringing up Tony Morris and all the shit stuff that he did, all the things that he could have done, but he didn't do. He could have made a difference, not just within with ex-witnesses, but all to do with just telling, making people who aren't witnesses aware of what's actually been going on for years and years and years. But it was all about him, and that never happened, unfortunately. What a shame, because obviously when you listen to these other people, these other 7 people talk, it clearly was never about them. And when you look at all the other people who've come in as well, the interesting thing about this, I'm just going to finish on this. The interesting thing about this is in relation to the way that there's been this response to the events with Lloyd Evans. How come is it, Lloyd, if you're watching, that not just me, but, the other 11, the litigation 12, and including the Magnificent 7, and all the other people, how come nobody has a good word to say about your conduct and what you've done? How come nobody does? How come there's just people who aren't even Jehovah's Witnesses are commenting about this and can see this guy for what he really is? How come that has not yet sunk down with him? That he's not realising, hey, it isn't just these 12. There's lots of other people realise that fundamentally I've done something really horrible. I don't get it. And the interesting thing is how many people have come out and done supportive videos. If he is that right, if he is, should be exonerated, how come there hasn't been a plethora of videos from his loyal fan supporter base going, oh Lloyd, yeah, oh man, come on, there's been nothing. Maybe you won, but it's like down here 4 and way up here against. It's bizarre. So I'm going to end on that. And just one other thing I've just remembered. I said things might come back, which Cora said. Again, Cora said, just before I went to bed last night, I think one of the things she said was that she thinks the reason for this, just, bookending what I've just said, was the reason for this is because she thinks that maybe he is mentally ill. I don't know why his psychiatrist hasn't actually told him, Lloyd, you have a mental illness, because maybe this is what it's all about. Maybe the reason why he can't see this is because he can't see this because there is some mental problem with the way his brain works, and that he can't see this. That's the only thing. She said that, and because all these other people can't be wrong and just him right, and I don't think he can understand that. And I think only with somebody who is mentally ill can't see that. But anyhow, it's still our job it's still our job to make other people aware of this and try to drive drive people who are PMOs to not go to his channel but go to all the other channels. It's our job to make sure that they don't go there, because it might end up them going to his channel, that it ends up being the reason why they don't leave the witnesses. So that's why we have to continue doing what we're doing. Anyway, that's it. It's only a short video. I wanted to be short because I think we have to drive people to go and watch this video. I think it's well worth it for people who, you know, didn't know, you know, the history of, you know, of Lloyd and these other people who just got absolutely hacked off, the way that this guy just turned in and just steamrolled everybody else over and treated them like shit, to be honest with you. But anyway, if any of the Magnificent Seven are watching, good luck with you 100%. We'll keep on supporting you. And if you're going to do another live stream, give us a heads up, and hopefully the next time I can actually watch as it goes on. So anyway, hello to everybody that I actually never got to say hello to tonight. Doing a fantastic job. And yet again, we have to keep on saying this yet again, Kim Silvio, thank you very much. Without Kim Silvio, we wouldn't be where we are today. We honestly, let's just think of all the shit that Kim Silvio got. Let's just thank her every day for actually finally revealing this guy for what he truly is. So massive thanks to Kim for this. And yeah, just keep on going, keep on going. Fight the good fight for the faith. Yeah. Anyway, see you later, everybody. Nice to see you all. Bye-bye.